Perfect. You guys hear me? You guys see me? Welcome to another episode of Sunday webinars, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for working hard toward your dreams. This is exactly what we're talking about. Work over weekend, guys. Weekends are actually best time to do the networking. And I believe we do have a lot of questions about networking today, which we're gonna cover. So if you guys have questions, there is a pin post. As you can see, there's a pin post on the community, the first one. uh, Go and put your question down there. I think we have three comments, three long questions, which is more than enough. So probably that would be taking our entire time, the 30 minutes that we have today. But let's start and see how it will go. Okay. If you have any question, put it in the chat or just comment it below. Actually, don't put it in the chat, comment it below. Like that, please follow this structure, because that will help us understand your situation and then provide a better answer, right? That's why we have this framework. We can help you better. So we will start with Parinos, level 4. Great job, Parinos. It's always good that you guys level up in this community. So your question is, thank you for giving us this opportunity. My question is mainly about the right approach to reach out and connect to key people in our dream companies. Okay. So my current situation, it's a few days I have started to practice networking and I do know a little about it. My desired situation is to be able to master networking through which I can land interviews and finally a job in one of my dream companies. Therefore, I would like to know more about the best practice of networking. Below might give you more context about where I am. Recently, I applied for a job in one of my dream companies. Around that time, I found one of the key people in the company and sent a friendly note to her and requested to connect. It was not much familiar with the rule of networking then. She accepted my request and we got connected, but she didn't answer. Now I noticed that she is the one I can reach out to for the job I have applied. I really don't know what is the best way to approach her because I don't want to look pushy at all. I'm so afraid to miss the opportunity by practicing networking. Yeah, so Parinas, this is a very good situation, like very good question, because I usually say networking, guys, is about creating the network before you need them. Once you apply a job and then you reach out to people, know that 2,000 other people are doing the same thing. Like 2,000 other people or more are applying to jobs and then going after people. And if you do this practice, it will look odd. Okay. You don't want to sound desperate like that and then apply to job and then go after that. You usually want to, just a second. So you usually want to go and get, like, create those network first before those opportunity arise, and then you already have that network so you don't sound desperate or pushy or whatever you call it. But even in this scenario, if she's the person deciding for the job, it's totally fine if you can talk to her about the opportunity and the fact that you applied, because in mastermind we really break this down. We talk about how you can ask for referrals, who can do referrals, who cannot do referrals, and we practice it every week. So every week we have Alex Masters, where you get to practice public speaking interviews, and then we have Q&A, and then we also, in the courses, we give you a blueprint of what to DM, like the LinkedIn messages that you need to send, how, like, the frequency that you need to follow up, all those details. We cover that in the master. But for your situation, because you're starting, right, you really need to first understand the little pieces, how they're connected. The most important lesson I can give you in networking: build your network before you need it, right? And the second one is that if you apply to a job, because I feel like from what you said, you don't have, like, you're afraid of something. Don't be afraid of anything, because I always tell my people, you don't have that job anyway, so nobody cares. If you're not given that job, you won't be able to see that person probably for the rest of your life. So what are you afraid of? Either you get that job or you don't. So if you're in the phase that you're not getting that job, nothing matters. But staying professional is important since you apply. Again, going back to day one, course day one, which we talk about the organizational chart and the ATS and all that, you're probably not even being seen. Like, even if you apply, it doesn't mean that they're looking at your resume or your application. So, my suggestion to you is that reach out to the person you know and let them know that you apply for this role. Let them know that you're interested, and see how you can have them take a look at your application. So that should be your goal. Go to them, be polite, introduce yourself, tell them you applied, and tell them you're interested in this role, that and you would want to ask them to have a look at your application. That would be the best context at this point. But if you're really interested to game up, level up your networking game, I highly recommend you book a call on alexcoaching.org and see how we can, if you're eligible to join our mastermind program, because that's what we breathe and every day. Like, that's what we practice and breathe every day. It's networking, like all the details, how to become a better. Because guys, networking skill is $1 million skill. If you learn networking properly, you can unlock any opportunity for yourself in North America, like any. And it's so beautiful because this is the first step. Like, getting the job is the first step. Once you master networking, you get those jobs, you go up the ladder. I see a lot of people posting in the free community that they were able to get those jobs, and that's the goal. But the next goal is how to go up the ladder, how to become manager, director, how to, and these are all possible through networking, right? Networking in different dimensions. So we have networking with other employees, we have networking with managers, we have networking like across, when we look at departments, we have cross departments strategies that we teach how you can now expand your network inside the organization. But you guys are outside for now. Just focus on building your network outside to get those jobs. I hope this helped. So, Farid, thank you for the opportunity. My current situation is that I'm unemployed and actively working to catch up with the latest trends in the market and the industry through research, online courses, and YouTube videos. Okay, I have more than 10 years of experience working for Fortune 500 companies, but it's also been more than 10 years since I last worked in RIM. After immigrating, I had to pursue other jobs, and now I'm ready to get back on the career path. Uh, I have more than 10 years of experience working for Fortune 500. Uh, okay, so you worked 10 years in Fortune 500, then you worked 10 years since last work. I hope I understand it. My desire goes to return to career in records and information management. Oh, now you tell me what is RM. Guys, this is very important in especially networking. So when you use abbreviation, put yourself in the shoes of other person. Imagine you're talking to someone that has no idea about your world. Even when I talk about BTE, I always say breakthrough elites, because a lot of people are not in my world. Even though you're a member here or whatever, a lot of people are not simply in your world. Okay, and something that supernatural and super transparent in you for you in your head, it might not be transparent for somebody else. So if BTE is supernatural for me at this point, I always explain breakthrough elites, because I don't know the person in front of me where his head is. So this is very important. So Farin, when you talk about RIM, record and information management, perfect. Now you explained it. Always do that in the beginning. So you work 10 years in Fortune 500, you work 10 years in records and information management. And here's your question. I recently saw an opening at one of the top companies, and it's truly my dream job. I also know a strong connection there. However, I don't feel fully prepared yet. My knowledge needs updating. My resume and LinkedIn profile aren't updated and tailored to the role. I would appreciate if you professional advice. Should I spend more time updating my skill and application material before reaching out to my connection, or should I contact them now and seek guidance? So here is a big red flag and problem for you, which I spotted. So if you feel like you need to be ready to apply to something, you are way wrong, and that is why you cannot find your dream job. because nobody is ready when they get a job. There is a learning curve in any job you enter. There is a learning curve. Even I always use my own example. Even me, 15 years of experience in Workday, like know it inside out. When I go to a new project, there is a learning curve. I have to learn a lot about that specific project, about the specific solution Workday offers to that project, and update, refresh my. So any job you guys start, and the job knows, like the company knows, they give you 3 months buffer to just catch up, to learn things. To That's why we have probation. If you guys don't know, there is a probation phase between 3 months, sometimes 6 months. Well, there's a rare we go more than that, but 3 to 6 months probation. And the idea of probation is that how this person is catching up. And on the other side, the company will understand how you catch up. You understand how if it's a good fit, and you. So never never wait for that perfect moment, because it never arrives. And that's the second red flag that I wanted to say. You think that, okay, let's say you have all those certification and you're perfect and you're ready. Okay, let's imagine we go in the future 1 year from now, and you become the number one in that area. Your mindset, based on what you said, your mindset is that, okay, I'm ready. You only Because you only think about yourself. I'm ready. Now I apply, get the job. This is not how it works. Like, thousands of other people are fighting for the same role. So nobody cares about you, even if you're number one, even if you're best in the country in that field, it doesn't mean they're gonna give you the job. So if you have that understanding that being ready doesn't mean anything, being ready doesn't mean that companies will give you a chance. You would start probably last week. You probably start 1 month ago, because it's already late, guys. Like, you guys have to send massive amounts of networking and application. If you're counting on just one opportunity, and I know it's a dream job, it's okay, like all that, like we respect that. We actually want you to have a dream job, but toward that dream job, there are tons of other opportunities that we want you to approach, because you have to practice. You have to get ready until you can get your dream job. So if you come from a mindset that you think that, okay, one job and then be ready, one job, one to one, and boom, no, this is not how the system works. This is not how the market responds. That's why a lot of people think that they're getting the job, they're not, but then they get depressed. You really need to understand the system in a way that this is a number game. First of all, you need to submit a lot of application. You need to submit a lot of approach different many companies, and you really need to be there, hustle, struggle your way through getting those offers. So if you have somebody in that organization, I would already gone to him. So you start with them. You never talk about that you're not ready, because you're supposed to be ready, guys. And even if you're not ready, we have a saying, fake it till make it. So imagine that you're ready. Imagine 1 year passed, you're ready, you're good. The rest you will learn at the job. You just need to do the networking. You just need to make yourself visible to those recruiters so they know you exist. This is a problem for so many of you. I don't care if you're 50% or 70% or 100% at the skills that you want to be. If you're not visible, and you are, nobody give you opportunity. And the way to be visible is that to overthink, not do the thing, not do the networking, not do the application, not send the coffee chat, not talk to people, wait for that perfect moment that never arrives. And we have so many examples, people when they spend thousand, 20,000, $10,000 on certification, just go to back to the first step they were at the beginning, which was not being visible. So they went from an invisible unskilled to an invisible skilled. Both are the same, both not getting you an interview or job. So your job should be go from an invisible whatever skill or unskilled to a visible skilled or not skilled. So that will change your scenario right just there. We're Our focus word, our keyword is visibility. It's not a skills. This is what a lot of people getting wrong. Your focus is not a skill. So write it down. Your focus is not a skill. Your focus is visibility. That's all that matters. A skill comes after. A skill comes if you go to 10 interviews or 20 interviews, a skill will come with it. Right now, you're telling me you go to YouTube and watch stuff. But what stuff do you watch? You don't even know what stuff to watch because you don't talk to recruiters. You haven't even applied once. So you don't know what you're learning. You don't know what you don't know. Fix that. And the way you learn what you don't know is to take the action, do the things, reach out to people, talk to your connections. Then they will tell you this is required. So you go to YouTube and learn that specific thing, not everything that comes across you on YouTube. So I feel like you really need a heads up here. Very important. And yeah, that's work on that, please. Please don't wait. Don't wait because that uh, best time will never arrive. Okay. So I don't know what are you doing. School.com/wait calendar UTM. So Farah, this is what is this? Like this link doesn't work for me. What link? You have to be specific. Like you comment something in the middle of the quest Q&A and then said this link doesn't work. Doesn't talk about the link. It doesn't. Well, okay, move on. Navid, I have a good record of experience in pharma industry in my homeland. I've been unsuccessful to get my foot at the door of companies since I came to Canada. Then I switched to work in pharmacy as a survival strategy and also to collect some Canadian experience. However, this part of my career is not perfectly matching my previous career background if it's not coherent. How should I overcome this issue of keeping the Canadian work in my resume LinkedIn and still seem a good candidate for my dream role? Okay. So, um, you've been working in a pharmacy. Okay. So, I think working in a pharmacy it will give you a lot of good things. One is that you understand the system. Second, you practice your English, so your English becomes good. You understand customer service, and you understand probably you understand transactions, billings. I don't know what you get to involve on a daily basis, but there are a lot of marketable skills that you're learning. Okay, a lot of marketable skills that you're learning that you can add to your resume. So again, when we talk about resume, Navid, I know you're a mastermind member, so bring these questions to the Thursday call where we get to face talk about it. But I feel like you really need to have a good story. Like your story makes sense. Like don't think that your story doesn't make sense. First of all, coming from a pharma industry, now you're in a new country, you're working at a pharmacy. This is a perfect story because you're not working at the dollar store. You're working in a pharmacy, which is great. Okay. Don't call yourself a survival strategy because this is actually a good plan. Like you already have a plan. So, and that pharmacy is giving you a lot of skills. Your job is to be able to list those skills, go to ChatGPT course, learn how we use ChatGPT, tell your story to ChatGPT the way we teach you, and then ask ChatGPT to list down the skill set you're learning at this current pharmacy because there are so many good and sellable skills that you need to focus on, not just I work in a pharmacy. Okay, we want those skills, and those skills are exactly the intersection between your past experiences and the future experiences. Okay, that's how we explain what Navid is doing in a pharmacy because anybody can work in a pharmacy. One person is cleaning the floor, one person is taking care of all the prescription, one person is like the computer guy, right? So there are different people doing different things. We want to make sure how we present Navid and the skill set he is gaining at the pharmacy store that is talking to the previous and after. That's first thing. The second thing is that nobody will care at the end of the day. Nobody will care why you went to a pharmacy. Like when you start getting those interviews and going to interviews, and if you learn based on the interview course and all the things that you will learn in the mastermind and you're learning, you will start feeling differently about yourself and about how you present your values. Then, if working in a pharmacy doesn't become a liability for you because you feel bad because you went to pharmacy, then it will actually become your advantage. Then you can start talking about your background in pharma and the fact that you immigrated and now right away you from you present it different. You present it in a way that it shows a success, not a negative, because the way you are currently presenting it, it's a negative thing because your story doesn't fit, right? You don't have a story to tell. Once you start having that a story, if I were you, Navid, I was like, yeah, guys, I have 20 years of experience in pharma and like whatever it is. In Homeland, I did this, I did that, I did that. And then it's funny because the moment I immigrated, I'm so good at what I do. A pharmacy offered me a job. And now I'm helping them with this, with that, with that, with that, which intrinsically I learned from 20 years of this in industry. And now I help this pharmacy increase their sales from whatever XYZ to 10 XYZ, right? So now you learn how you can talk about your experiences in a way that promotes you, not demotes you, because it doesn't matter where you guys at, right? What job you're at. What matters is that how are you contributing to that job? So change the perspective in your head. First of all, guys, and this is another important thing I want to tell you, all of you, write it down. We become the stories we tell ourselves. Write it down. We, as in humans, become whatever story we tell ourselves. So from today onward, if you start telling yourself you're not good enough, you never become good. If you start telling yourself, if you collect bad memories about your past and keep telling yourself about those bad memories, you become bad. You can never improve yourself. So first lesson is in personal development and personal improvement, because this community essentially is about personal improvement before getting the jobs, is that you start rebrand yourself first in your unconscious. Your brand is what you tell yourself first, and if you tell it enough, you become somebody that you can tell your story to others. So if you are uh, having doubts about your experiences, about your qualifications, you just need a better story. You need to come up with that storyline that tells, okay, even I even if I'm not at the perfect place like what I used to be, the stuff that I learned in my life now, in completion of the stuff that I'm learning right now, will make me this candidate, this ideal candidate, that now this ideal candidate can help the future organization, like. And then you make a perfect story, a positive story, and then you start telling yourself that positive story, so it goes to your unconscious. The more you do it, the more every morning you wake up, you feel good about yourself. And the less you do it, the more negative stuff you tell yourself, and you believe it. It's real, guys. It goes sits on your unconscious, and even like if some people have bad dreams because they keep deconstructing themselves. This is why my coaching is very valuable, guys, because I look at you when I talk to you guys, I find blind spots nobody else can see, and these are exactly the blind spot that keeps you from moving forward. And I feel like a lot of you guys are doing the storytelling wrong, and stop saying the stories that doesn't help you. Create new stories about yourself. First of all, tell those story to yourself. Make sure you rebrand whoever you are or what you do in your head first, because that becomes your identity, that becomes your unconscious. You dream when you sleep, you dream about that. When you wake up, you know that person about that. So make sure to fix your story. This is me, this is Navid is coming from this experience, and now I'm helping pharmacies because I know a lot. And this pharmacy is growing and doing this, and then we help them with the processes, like whatever you do. And I'm sure if you're coming from pharma, you have a lot to contribute to that pharmacy, not just another cleric. So once you have that story, work on that story, make it perfect. Keep telling yourself about your story until it becomes obvious to you that you are the perfect candidate with this journey, because every individual's journey are important. Like, we only care about individual's journey. And at the end of the day, when you go to interview, guys, your journey will sell. It's your journey that sells. Okay. So you want that journey, and that journey will resonate with people. People would start trusting you. If you guys didn't know about my journey, that I was like you, I immigrated, then I got job in HR, that I didn't have jobs for a while, and so if you didn't know my story, you wouldn't resonate with me. So uh very important that you guys are kind of can resonate with the people that you're going to talk to in the interviews. Okay. And the way that you resonate is that how you, because we have lived 40 years, 50 years, 30 years, whatever. I also talked about this last time. We have lived so long. What is spotlights? What important uh, moments are we collecting out of these 40 years and putting in front of the recruiter? Because you can talk about anything, honestly. Like, you, when you live 30 years, 40 years, there are so many topics to talk about. It's a skill to take all of those experiences, knowledge, skill set, and condense it to a 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minutes opportunity maker. And everything comes down to ability to tell positive stories about ourselves. And these positive stories become your identity. That identity becomes something sellable in those interviews. And this is how the whole world works, not just in this job. Because once you get that job, then you start telling your stories to other people in the job. You start talking about your brand to your coworker. The first, imagine you go to a job, the first time you meet a person at the job, like your first coworker. How are you going to introduce yourself? That becomes your brand. Like, it becomes a stamp. If you fail at that, you become, your brand goes wrong in the entire organization. So these are the little, like, somebody said I'm new in networking. These are all the nitty gritty parts of networking. You need to master all of that. And that's why we have a full solution. We have a full system, guys. When you guys come to a lot of people come to me and say, oh, what do you offer in mastermind? I'm saying it's none of your business. You come for results. I teach you everything you need to know to get that results. Because when I send you to interview class every week, that is a part of networking you need to learn. Then I teach you about networking, how to send DMs. Then that is connected to how to follow up on LinkedIn. That's connected on how to write down your story. And that's how connected to resume. Then it's connected to interview skills. Then it's connected negotiations. And so I give you so many lessons, and I tell you when to take what, that people don't need to understand what I do. A lot of people trying to understand what I do, like how I teach, like what are the topics. Like, this is not a course. This is a live environment that transformation happens, and I have so many proof. So I need. You don't need to ask for another title of the course. This is not another resume writing. This is a whole solution. I tell you, and they're all connected. Like the DM review course, day 12 is exactly connected to day 3 resume, and then day 3 is exactly connected to day 6, the follow-up, because you have to learn all of that full solution so you can master networking, master talking to recruiters, master your story, feeling good about yourself, having that positive energy, having like understanding where you sit with this manager. So, and Navid, congratulations, you have the full solution in front of you because you joined Mastermind. Just watch the series, change your story, fix that story, and that's it. As time goes on, you will understand how this whole system is changing you. because this system is real, guys. Like, that's why a lot of people are going nuts about our program, because this first of all, you cannot find this program anywhere else. This is not another YouTube. Like, I don't care about YouTube, because even though if you learn all the skills in the world, if those skills are not connected to each other in a way that helps you with the desired outcome, you cannot use them, right? That's the problem with YouTube these days and Instagram. There's so much information out there, but those information doesn't help you. It just makes you more confused. But here, I always say, I have a blueprint, it's tested, it works, and we never gonna change it. That's why I'm not changing my courses at all, because these are the courses that getting people results. So I'm adding courses, but I'm not changing courses. I'm adding more courses as I get more people with more new problems. I'm adding more courses. And the idea behind all of these courses is that to fix your networking problem to 100K job. That's it. So next time you want to come to join Mastermind, don't ask what is offered. Ask what do you get, and you get 100K job in 90 days. That's the promise. You get that. How you get that, it's not your business. It's my coaching. And when you follow my blueprint, you get there. 100%. That is what I built. That is what I'm proud of. We have the best product, coaching product for 100K job in North America for immigrants out there. Nobody can compete with us, and this is a perfect product. The product is perfect. I don't need to sell it. I don't need to. I What I give you is the results. So you guys come to me for result. Okay, this was for all of you. Now for Navid. Navid is already a member. So if you guys want that result, go to alexcoaching.org, book a call, and then you will jump up on a call with our HR specialist, or sometimes me if I have time. And yeah, we'll see if you're a good fit. But you come for the result. You don't come for, okay, do you give me interview skills, or do you give me resume skills, or do you give me? No, I give you whatever necessary to get the 100K job, and your career will change forever. That's what I give you. So the detail is on me. I'm the coach. Like, you don't need to know the details. You just follow whatever process I laid out for you. So last question, guys. I'll get to Sanam, and then we'll adjourn the meeting. Hi everyone. Thanks, Alex. By the way, Navid, great job. Like, I love your questions, and definitely there's a huge opportunity for you out there. So and the fact that you just went to a pharmacy, this is a great job. Like, don't a lot of people come with your background or physician or in farm, like, they come get stuck in general jobs for a year. Like, I mean, dollar store, you're already working at the pharmacy. It's a huge win. So Sana, thanks Alex for the opportunity. This is Sana. I'm having 10 years of experience in healthcare, food, nutrition, and support service manager, and got laid off in March. On June, I got the first screening. March, April. So March, April, May, June. 3 months. So you it took you 3 months to got your first screening call. This is not good. Province Hills, after lots of job. Yeah, exactly. Because we teach you not to apply for jobs. You're not supposed to apply. That wastes your time. Applying to jobs waste your time. The HR would call me, told me that hiring manager is reviewing, and I'm chosen. And if I'm chosen by them, they would reach out to me. I'm not sure if I need to find a hiring manager for that job or reach out to them at this stage. If yes, how can I find the hiring manager? As a search in LinkedIn, I couldn't find. Also, it's appropriate to ask the HR coordinator, give me the of course not. So this is the worst thing that you can do. Ask HR to give you the name of the manager, because first of all, they won't do that. If they were supposed to do that, manager would fire them. Because if they do that to you, why not doing it to another 100 people that approach them? Why do you think that you're entitled to get that name of the manager and not nobody else does? So nobody does that. First of all, that against the rules of the corporations. They cannot share information about the manager. Second of all, manager doesn't like that the strangers keep going to them and bugging them, because they already have a process. If you get accepted, they will send you the next step. So internally they won't do that. That's that. Second of all, I think you're playing wrong. You're applying, like, you're doing exactly what other people are doing. That's exactly what I teach otherwise. So you're applying to jobs, you wait, and then you get one opportunity, you get excited. This is the recipe for disaster. This is exactly what you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to apply to so many jobs. You're not supposed to uh, get excited with one opportunity, and you're not supposed to wait because you have that one opportunity and wow, this is a good. No, you need at least, first of all, with my system, you get five screening call per week. Okay, 5 to 6. You need to have that massive amount of screening calls to become comfortable of what you're talking about. If one screening call after 3 months, this is you wasted 3 months. So 3 months wherever you leave, 5K life, 10K lost opportunity, so 15K negative. You 3 months past, you guys are losing $45,000. One interview in 3 months, I don't get that. 3 months, five interview per week you need, and that's why we give you. That's first. Second of all, never get excited over one opportunity, because you never know, like even if they love you and they want you and everything goes well with the manager, hire freeze, budget cuts, change in plan, manager gets fired, manager change roles, like there's so many things that can happen that you don't get that job. So never put your hope in one job that it might not happen at all. That's very important to understand. Second thing, you said, yeah, if you can find a hiring manager on your own, it's fine to reach out. Okay, but yes, a lot of managers are not visible on LinkedIn, especially if there is a huge corporation. They have a bad experience of people spamming them and going after them and uh, bugging them, so they don't want that. That's why they become invisible. So yeah, I feel like from what you said, you need a lot of training, Sana, and you need to understand the networking, you need to understand the referral game, you need to understand how to do network and apply instead of just applying. And you need a volume, with one interview in 3 months, it's really tough to get the job. And it's dangerous because when you guys don't have enough opportunity, you become excited over one opportunity, and then the excitement is too high that if you don't get that job, you go down. The down going is also too high. Okay, and then you become depressed because you didn't get that job and you don't have any other opportunity after 3 months. It is the only one. And then you feel like, oh, I'm going to lose another 3 months. Then you look back, you see 6 months has passed and nothing happened. Crickets, right? This is dangerous because it affects your mental health. Okay. That's why I tell you guys, don't waste another month waiting. Keep networking, keep learning, follow my blueprint. We have you're level one. You obviously didn't follow my blueprint yet. So we have a blueprint here in the free community. If you cannot afford mastermind, just to stay in the free community, but follow the blueprint. The blueprint here will solve a lot of these problems you already have. But if you guys are in a position to afford mastermind, definitely join mastermind. Don't waste another months of 15K, 10K. Join mastermind with a fraction of that price and just change your life in 2 months, in 3 months. You become a new person. Okay, good question. But this is good that you're here and you're asking that question, because think of other people who are not here not asking that question. Now you know. Now you don't waste another 3 months, right? You could have wasted another 3 months, just how you wasted the last 3 months. But now this is the stop, right? You stop it. Now you go. Just follow my free course. If you follow my now it's 9 days, guys. It used to be. Now I have LinkedIn DM review. Now I have resume templates. Like 9 days. Go watch it. Maziar, Alex, the session was a masterclass in professional deconstruction. You dismantled the standard redundant job advice and replaced it with a coherent architectural blueprint. The point on visibility being the primary. Yeah, guys, visibility. Don't forget, write it down, put it in front of your office. Visibility is the only thing. Rather than a byproduct of skill, is a fundamental truth most people spend years learning the hard way. I was particularly moved by your take on the theory that we become whatever story we tell. Your friend, fake it till you make it, not as a shallow performance, but as a deliberate. Wow. Did you use ChatGPT, dude, to write this? Further, the emphasis with how, like, because I was talking live and then That's good. Good job. Skill selling, the great episode and positive. Okay, you just talking about the good things about me. Thank you for that. Guys, leave me a Google review, please. This is the same thing you wrote down. Copy it, paste it on Google. Please give us Google reviews because I'm planning to expand the business in Canada. We get a lot of people from Canada, and I'm trying to get the government support to pay because I know there are so many programs in Canada, government support. So I'm trying to get people, government support them. And the way I can do that is that I have a lot of massive amounts of reviews on my career coaching, so I can take it to government and tell them, hey, this is working, so support people, and then they can pay instead of you pay. So do that. If you guys want to be helpful, at least in return of all the things that I give you, give us testimonial, write about us on LinkedIn. We have a new page on LinkedIn. Tag us, Breakthrough Elites. Talk about us on Google reviews. Like, please, thank you. You successfully turned career anxiety into an act of engineering one's own reality. You didn't just give us tactics, you provided the mental. Oh, dude, the words you use, I cannot even read. Good job. But this is very important, guys. In your networking, be simple. Don't try to use a lot of difficult words. I know it will come across as a luxury, but honestly, a lot of people will just skip your I read it because it's about us, but usually in your networking, you really need to be simplifying things, simple words, simple sentences. But anyway, we're 10 minutes past. I hope everybody got their answer. Give me a thumbs up if you benefited from this session. If you like this session, I'm hoping to do more of these session, probably another random call one of these days that coming. If you guys are here and benefiting and learning, let your friends know. Bring your friends. You have a referral link on the right side when you go. On the right side when you join, on the right side there is a link. You can invite your friends, and yeah, bring your friends, work hard. And if you want to join our mastermind program, we have another program. I'll show you. It's mastermind. There are so many lessons, and there are weekly calls with me, face to face, and there are interview gyms that you guys get to practice interview based on the system, not just randomly. It's a system that will change your confidence, change the way you show up in the interviews, and it will actually it will affect your networking a lot because every one of these classes that you see here, they are all connected. Okay, they're all connected, and you are supposed to go through all of these 17 days to become who I want you to become. Like 1 to 2 hour courses, a lot of materials, and the vibe also is different because the members that we have in the mastermind are here to win. Right? They have one reason to join mastermind, and that is to win. Because if you're a winner, you know where to go. And that's a perfect opportunity for all of you who want to break through that 100K. So if you're there, go to alexcoaching.org, book a call, let's talk and see how we can help you join the mastermind and build that dream lifestyle and dream career that you always wanted. Obviously, the free community is also available to you as long as you're active. So I asked a few of our mentors to continue monitoring people who are in free community but are not active. They don't deserve to be here, so we're going to remove them. We're going to keep it high quality for people who are actually looking for a job, who are actually looking for success. And then some part of people who want more coaching, who can afford mastermind, they're welcome to book a call and see if we can bring them to mastermind. Thanks for being here, guys. Take care, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.